Ooh, and I wonder if that would favor some of those younger players, less experienced players on the side of forZe, if they get off to a good start. And obviously it can completely backfire if your CT side is completely and utterly devastated. And there are all the Renegades logos and sprays for you to enjoy as they push straight through players, pushing into the ramp, and kenSe taking off the head of Lias, and just makes it look easy in the process.
It's a bit of a fake though. They're going to be legging their way all the way towards Secret. And kenSe's having no trouble dispatching Lias and Sicko. So that little bit of a ruse towards ramp has been completely shut down. But now Renegades, they have a free entry towards the lower bomb site. There's no one from forZe at the moment making, towards ramp or towards the lower bomb site. Of course, Renegades have to dot their I's, cross their T's as well. They might get a bomb down for free, but then this retake is going to be, well, at least, I wouldn't say necessarily favoring them. Oh, they're still clearing out all the close angles. They're not sure where any of the CTs are.
All around the world, Blair. They have traveled multiple laps of the map, and they have got the plant down as well, but 5 players still stand for forZe.
They have a kid in the smoke as well in the hands of Norby. They're making no secret of the fact they're making the way from the ramp position. Hats needs to find at least one, which they will. The second, however, won't follow.
Ins gets decapitated by Norby, and he goes in for more. We had questions. We were wondering if some of these younger guns were going to perform, and based off this round, they made that look easy.
kenSe and Norby, 5 kills between the two of them. And for Renegades there, I mean, I like the attempt. Like, they were able to sneak in towards Secret, and forZe had no clue where they were. But of course, in a 5v3 in a post plant, it was obviously going to be favoring forZe quite a bit. Of course, made to look very, very easy by Norby, hitting some pretty nasty shots. And right now, we do have a little bit of an early pause. You know, just working out all the kinks. Maybe for some of the players, could be headphones, could be mice, could be keyboards. You want everything to be optimal, Vince.
Oh, it's a major. You can't take any risks. Have to make sure you're as comfortable as physically possible, but it's fortunately a very short-lived pause.
Love to see
we're
it.
back into the saddle once again, as it will be no buy coming through for Renegades from what I can see. There we go. The Galil has been purchased now. It was just a late buy with a couple seconds to go. So a couple Galils, 3 Galils in actual fact, with 2 Tech 9s. And this is the beauty of the T side right now with the current state of the economy, is you can just grind these buys out if you get the purchase. And now Shalfie at range tries to tap some heads, can't connect and decides to back out.
Good call from Shalfie there. Immediately vacating the premises once he wasn't able to come out on top of that particular duel, with I do believe there was Hats on top of Silo. But yeah, by coming in from Renegades here early on the couple of kills. A little surprised not to see a Mac there. Usually you do see a couple of SMGs in play as well. Instead, yeah, they opt for the rifles. Taking it very, very slow. Still a whole minute left on the clock as Renegades are now going to be deploying their smokes. Going to be going for a walk play, and Zorte blinded, able to find him from above, and that's a very brave play from Shalfie. Able to find Hats, but will be quickly traded, so an early 4v3 man advantage as Alistair also gets tagged down to 41 HP. So they made their way towards Secret, and it is no secret to forZe that the bomb, I do believe, was spotted. They know it's going to be a play coming into the lower bomb site potentially, and they already have 2 players lying in wait. One that is kenSe on towards the ramp position, and he's got another player right behind him to back him up.
Yeah, and there's no pressure at the top side either, so they can quickly vent dive if they need the extra firepower and the cavalry to really arrive. It doesn't feel like it's going to be required though. Galil's at this range with full HP and head armor will not insta-kill. It's not the AK-47. So damage is going to be inflicted. A bit of a whiff from kenSe. Doesn't get fully punished, although he does lose a bit of HP. That smoke is not good enough. There's a gap in that, and Zorte will have completely and utterly devastated if they push out. There's the bomb getting dropped down. The slight gap in the smoke has worked against Renegades, and now the final pieces of the puzzle come into place. Spray from Liaz can capitalize on 1, but it won't be a double up. It will, however, be for forZe's round total as they move 2-0 in the lead.
That looked a little discombobulated from Renegades. Like, firstly, forZe just, winning a couple of duels there. I like how Zorte was able to spot it. I think he saw a gap in the smoke, was able to line up the kill there. And then, yeah, this smoke just completely flubs it. Pretty much almost a one-way for the CTs, and having no trouble dispatching of all the members of Renegades. So now, yeah, the force buy getting easily swept aside by Jerry and his men. And Shalfie, he wants to get these kills, man. The positioning from him is very, very brave. Finally, he will fall. Just one member remaining. That is... Whoa, okay. Sicko Jerry not able to spot him. Sicko dealing a little bit more damage, but Norway will finally put him down into the ground. Lose a MP9, they lose a rifle. Renegades, though, barely any upgrades coming out that round, so they're going to be pretty, pretty neutral about the way that played out. But we will have the buy now for the Oceanic side. Pretty quiet start for them thus far. AK-47s abound for each and every one of the members. A lot of utility as well to work with. An auto sniper coming up from Zorti. Hello.
I can only assume he's going to be playing that in the ramp. It's really tailor-made for the ramp area. Very close-knit angles. No, he's going outside with it. He really wants to try and take the fight. Now, do you think that could maybe be a misbuy? Or do you think this is intentional?
It could be a misbuy. I honestly think it's a misbuy, but you know what? I'm just gonna try and believe that it's intentional. I like that. It's an alpha chat move, Vince. You love to see. You don't expect an auto sniper outside this early in the game, as Lias is gonna be running out through the flames, and I do believe it did lick at his feet. I'm not sure anyone heard him though. And this is a very interesting play from forZe, right? They have a couple of plays pushed up very aggressively towards outside. And now, for the lower bombs, it's only one man. It's kenzie, and he's on a bit of a hunt, because he knows Lias has made his way down towards vents. And now Renegades are going to be going for this delayed play towards outside, and they could just get completely slaughtered here, Vince.
Even if they get the first player, I doubt they expect the second. Shalfie is going to bait this one in, and now Jerry, they had no idea. Clotheslined, he gets 2 and a third as well. And that round has completely and utterly fell apart for Renegades. Flawless on forZe. Just the one casualty in Lias. Although he got down secret through the vent super quick, it doesn't make any difference. Maybe he gets one drop frag from players not expecting his position, but judging from the x-ray, I believe Jerry is looking right towards secret right now, so he spotted him, and there's the frag. Jerry picks up yet another one.
That is such a fantastic round being called by forZe, being called by Jerry, not just because of the fact that he gets a 4K over there, but he just read Renegades like a book right there. He's like, all right, you guys like going for this, like, outside smoke utility take with a 1 minute, 15 seconds remaining on the clock? You're not going to be expecting this. And as he said, he was tucked in, Shafty was a little bit of the bait, he still gets a kill over there, and Jerry walks up the remaining players. They had no idea that he would be tucked inside, and that's going to be forZe. 4-0 start, a very good start as well, because that round they just lost to one player. So even though money's not that great for a couple of players here like Norby, like Shalfie, you look at Zorta, you look at kenzie, they're pretty much flush with cash early on. And for Renegades right now, once again going to come down to pistols. This time though, going to be going for a little bit of a faster play towards secret. The smokes will be deployed early on, and they have a look in the form of Lias with a Tech 9 towards ramp. So it looks like it's going to be a lower bomb site play. No utility left, however, after that initial deployment of smoke. So they're going to have to rely on his Tech 9 swarming that bomb site.
Yeah, this is where you'd love to see that Deagle just rip around the corner and take the head off. The Tech 9 is not going to pack the same kind of a punch. Norway, I like that he backs off. He doesn't overextend, he doesn't give his life away, he just dips back into the B site where there is extra players to watch him, and they have each other's angles and crossfire established. There's no way forward for Renegades at this point to get down on the B site. Whether they want to try and mix it up and get back outside via main on A is yet to be seen. forZe have done a great job of withstanding this initial push.
Keeping them at bay, not giving them any free fights, forcing them out from these choke points. And as you said, now Renegades, they're going to be falling back towards upper, and now it's all in Jerry. He does have backup potentially in the form of Shelfie, who's going to make his way up towards heaven. He's going to spot them, and he's going to find Sicko and Hats out in the open. And that's information conveyed to his teammate, and Shelfie will have no trouble dispatching Inns. And they're just running out of time, they're running out of luck, they're running out of members as well. Ali able to at least find one, but Jerry will strike back, and Zorti will finish off the job. Looked a little dicey there. But again, for Renegades, right, Vince, like, I know it's just the pistols and whatnot, but I feel like we haven't seen much from them. Even in the buy round, we saw that the delayed outside take, which forZe were able to just kind of figure out so very early on. And once they're able to kind of snake the way in towards a lower bomb site, for example, they're relying on forZe giving them an opening, or just giving them like a free early duel. And Jerry and his men are doing a great job just not giving that opportunity for the aimers on the side of Renegades to shine.
Well, I mean, the damning stats are, simply put, there's 3 players on forZe that still haven't died as we're moving around into round 6. Both Zorti, kenzie, and Norvi all have 0 deaths, and combined they have 9 kills, or 11 kills, I should say. On the flip side, overall, Renegades have 8 kills dispersed around among the 5 of them. Shalfie and Jerry nearly have that total by themselves covered. So simply put, the economy is already booming out of control. You can see Kenzie, after a full purchase, 10k in the bank. This is outrageous amounts of money. And zorti also purchased an auto sniper, one of the most expensive guns in the game. So it paints a very bleak picture, but if Renegades can get themselves in here, if they can get a foundation built, then none of that will matter. But it has to start right here, right now.
Right here, right now is where Ali finds himself with the AWP. Up towards Silo. They know Shalfie likes being aggressive, and Shalfie's not showing anything yet. zorti, in the meantime, able to find ints from the AC vents there, and that's a position that he's been playing earlier as well. He's just everywhere with his auto sniper bits. It must be so annoying for Renegades to deal with, and that's almost untradeable position-wise. And Renegades at least have been able to sneak Sicko in. He's made his way towards Secret. Still a couple of members lying in wait towards Lobby. They're waiting for potentially some aggression from forZe, but forZe, again, they're showing nothing. They're not showing anything with their hands, and with that, Renegades slowly trailing back towards the ramp area before once more Kenzie is going to lie in wait with that AUG of his.
Excellently placed and timed incendiary as well. Keeps Renegades on their back foot. 45 seconds, now flashing in, now aggressing. Another incendiary there to dodge them though. And here comes the frag. Kenzie gets one, trading out the life of zorti. Still whittling away that time, funneling in Renegades into awkward positions. 30 seconds left, and they still need to pick a side. They're completely isolated and segregated from one another. Now they're starting to come up with 25 seconds to go. Sicko is coming through towards main. Hats will be joining them as well. But it just takes one kill to go against them at this point, and this round is over. Good positions on the side of forZe as well. Spray from Norby is on point. Sicko gets put down, and there's a second. Even though Liaz comes back for one, it doesn't make any difference at all. Renegades are just being played with and toyed with at this stage.
They're just so disconnected right now. They are so very disconnected, and it shows. Like, even if you're looking at body language in the server, it's everyone just like slowly walking around corners, hoping to win a duel. I don't see a real game plan, so to speak. We saw a couple of executes coming out early on, but as you said, forZe are just toying with the food at the moment. They're not, you know, over-rotating. They're committing to the bomb sites. They have complete faith in the players holding on to these positions. The utility usage has been great as well. Finally, we might see a little bit of a big switch up here from Renegades, going for a fast hit towards outside, and it's going to be Tech9 from Hats able to find one, but almost simultaneously, everyone will be mowed down for the side of Renegade, leaving only Ints able to find Kenzie. That's huge. Jerry, though, trying to get this kill. They know exactly where he is. And you can see Shalfie already making sure that Ints won't be able to sneak his way from outside. 1v3, though. Tech9 in hand. Shalfie on 18 points of health. zorti with the auto sniper. Never mind. I was about to say there was a chance, Vince, but Jerry shuts me up and shuts Ints down. Renegades, a little bit of switch up. It was just the pistols coming out from them. But 7-0 start here for forZe, and it couldn't have been any better for Jerry and his men. I gotta say, I did put forZe in my pick'ems, and I know they are the favorites in this particular matchup, but they are looking so clean, clinical, not just individually, but even the CD side. It's great reads from Jerry.
Well, a team that many people would have put in their pick'ems were G2 and Liquid. 46 is the current score over on the A stream. Obviously, catch that if you watch that game. But stick with us if you want to continue to watch this bloodbath, and it's all going the way of forZe, as is the start of this round. And it's that man again, Jerry. Shalfie, his partner in crime, on outside multiple times, will dip in for a second of the round. And this is after a bye as well. Renegades cannot get a foothold in this game. They simply cannot deal with the heat that forZe is bringing. And already, we could be looking at an 8-0 lead.
It's grim. It's so very grim for Renegades right now. And it's not just about, like, you can go back to the previous game between BNE and Eternal Fire, and even when you saw the scoreline 6-1, you can be like, yeah, some of those rounds are super close. It came down to some, you know, huge 5v3s being converted by the side of BNE. But this has just been sheer domination. The fashion in which Renegades are losing these rounds, it's shocking, and you can see a clear difference in the overall abilities here for the two teams. Alistair able to find a nice kill on the zorti, but Kenzie through the fire and flames walks in, trades his teammate, and you're right, Vince. This is going to be 8-0. And for Renegades, it's... what do they do here? Sicko able to find one, but that's going to be it. 8-0, forZe, flawless thus far. And I was speaking about Ince earlier and like how he's the player I look at as one of the best in the region. He's 1-8, and that's not a good sign at all.
So they got 14 kills Renegades collectively. Jerry has 11, and we were discussing before about how Jerry is experienced. He's the brains behind the operation. He doesn't need to be the heavy fragger, and oftentimes he isn't. Well, he's even doing that. He's wearing all the hats on this team. You can see that they are super confident, sublimely confident, not just in terms of their body language, but more importantly, their performance on the map. And Renegades, 8-0 behind, can only muster together, scrape together some Tech 9s and some Deagles. They got utility, but from what I've seen so far, Blair, I don't think that makes a huge amount of difference. That hasn't been the problem.
No. I mean, there's so many problems right now for Renegades. I can't even put my finger on just one single thing. There's once more they're going to be going for the early outside smokes. And you can see forZe, as they're starting to win more and more rounds, it's starting to feel even more confident. You saw Shalfie, for example, just walk out towards Trophy Room and get a kill earlier on. kenzie, though, that is a dangerous game. They're going to run on in, and it's going to come down to his teammate to help him out, and Shalfie will have no trouble mowing down the marauding members of Renegades, and there's nothing they can do. Again, this is just a pistol armor upgrade, light upgrade coming out from Renegades, but he's not even able to find a kill. You know, sure, Shalfie's down to 18 HP. Might see some nice 1Ds potentially coming out, but it's not looking good at all. Even individually, they're just getting absolutely just ripped apart by forZe. And let's talk about the positives here, right? Sure, Renegades struggling right now, but for forZe, what a statement. Like, what a way to start things off, right? Start off on the right foot. You're kind of the underdogs here, let's be real. You have so many youngsters who haven't played at this level, but you have Shalfie, 12-4. You have Jerry, well, the IGL, 11-4, the veteran team. kenzie and Nori, 9-1 and 8-3, respectively. This is the sort of start you kind of dream of, even though you might be going up against Renegades. And there were a lot of pundits who were like, you know, there's still that best-of-one upset potential for Renegades, but forZe, they're shutting it down. Look at this again. Outside aggression. They're poking and prodding. They're making Renegades feel uncomfortable. And Renegades, they just seem to be running out of ideas and wondering what they're going to do. Right now, though, it's looking like it's going to be an upper hit, which we haven't seen thus far. We haven't seen a full-fledged execute coming out from Renegades yet.
I think the closest we got was in the second round, and that got completely blitzed. Here's zorTi, though, with that auto sniper. I was talking before, it's tailor-made for the ramp area because you can just keep rat-a-tat-tatting across and get kills, and even forcing team kills as well. From bad to worse, it's salt straight in the wounds. The bomb's down. Oh, I normally don't call games this early, Blair, but unless Renegades have a sharp turn to the better, this game is looking like it's over. zorTi with a ridiculous flick to the head, and it's only Inns that can muster up one frag. No second will be forthcoming. forZe, already double digits. This has been a very quick game so far.
I'm a little shell-shocked, and so are Renegades.
Yeah.
Oh boy. Does that count as a 4K? Because, I mean, he didn't deal a lot of damage, even though it was a TK. Like, I'll give him to him. That was a 4K for his even though the scores are going to be like 3K. He is using that auto sniper like a rifle, making it sink. For Renegades, though, fire's going to be coming out now non-stop. You know, they just have to go for it at this point in time. And out in the open, looking for the duel. And zorTi, Alistair, he managed to find himself an AWP, and zorTi is just going to immediately dispatch of him. In the meantime, you can see kenzie pushing in, but this time he will be punished. Finally, something going the way of Renegades, but still, it's a 4 versus 4.
It's mad to say, but in a 4v4, this is one of the best chances they've had in this entire map to actually get around. I know how ridiculous a statement that is. That has been the state of affairs. It's a small gap in the smoke. Norvi maybe make the most of it, but actually In spots him. Acts as a one-way, and in doing so, now Renegades have player advantage. Can they make the most of it, though? Jerry going to be getting up close behind the smoke. There's a flank. Shalfie, expertly spotted by Observer, is coming round from the back, and this could be the round in the palm of his hands. He bides his time, he waits, he knows there's been more players here. zorTi's now seeing a ton of them pushing through into the ramp, but Shalfie gets downed by Inns. Interesting wrench thrown in the works. Jerry's making the most of this chaos, though, to get up close on the hut side, but he's not sure if main is being aggressed on. This dangerous game of cat and mouse is going both ways. Still 3 players from Renegades remain, and Hats from above will strike dead. Here comes zorTy, down he will go, stuck on the ladders, and Renegades, welcome to the major.
It's a grim welcome. 1 round out of the 11, Vince, but still, they finally draw a little bit of blood. They make forZe bleed. It's just a nick. It's just a tiny little nick. You can barely see a droplet of blood oozing out from forZe, but still, it is something for Renegades to at least have a little bit of belief now, right? Like, guys, we got this 1 round. Let's win a few more, and still, very much within the realms of possibility. If they're able to string like maybe 4 rounds together here and get off to a good start on the CD side, there is a world that this game could still be competitive. But you got to remember for forZe, okay, zorTy will this time fall to Ali early on. Revenge, a little belated, but finally he gets it done.
Sicko around the corner. They've been bested from this angle before. This time, though, there's no double play set up. Shalfie is not joining Jerry, which is probably for the best because they did lose the player outside. However, Jerry, can he get anything done? Smoke's coming down. Molly's, he can hear the footsteps to his right-hand side. Could very well come down to timing. Shalfie will try and will succeed in weakening ins before he gets finished off by Jerry. And so that brisk 1-man advantage has come to a close. Now the aggression comes in, but Norvi and Jerry expertly navigating their way through this push and putting up a blockade, which will see Renegades crash headfirst into it, and the bomb gets spilled out into the open. This round is looking pretty much finalized. Sicko still alive, though. Still in the fight, but not for much longer. There's that man again. Jerry just seems to know everything right now.
This is just a masterclass from Jerry. Like you said, going for that aggression towards outside again. And that was the right call from Renegades. The moment they knew there were 2 players playing towards outside, they got an early kill on the zorTy as well. They're like, the upper bomb side must be almost empty. Must be just 1 player towards there and 1 player playing towards ramp. And Jerry's aware of that fact, immediately pivots back towards the upper bomb side, and they just completely shut it down once more. And for Renegades, sure, they won that 1 round off the back that they get the opening kill, and then we saw a little bit of aggression again from Shalfie getting punished towards ramp. But forZe, they just go back to the winning ways immediately. Norvi didn't budge a bit from the rafters, and even though he got taken down, Jerry, just great hold there, just pretty much single-handedly shutting it down, a 4K for him. The IGL, he's not only calling a wonderful CD side here on Nuke, but individually showing up as well. And he is someone that, we have spoken about, like, he doesn't really need to frag. He's the guy who's supposed to be calling. It's the youngsters who need to deliver. But when everyone's delivering and Jerry's top fragging, suddenly, forZe picking people are feeling pretty mighty happy with that.
Definitely not including you, right, Blair?
Not including me, of course.
Okay. Yeah, but I guess from Jerry's perspective as well, in terms of fragging hard, when your team around you is all performing perfectly, doing everything you can want from them, it gives you so much more confidence. Here comes the push, though, and this time, Jerry on fire will have to try and dish out the damage, and he does just that with Kenzie. 2-2 trade, a lot of damage inflicted, but Liaz doubles up before being put down through the smoke. On only a few hit points, and Shalfie will finish off the execution. 2-2, but still well over a minute left on the clock, and options available for Renegades, and they're looking to exploit that down on towards the B side via ramp.
zorTy hears this. He knows who the player is, and it's going to be Ali all by his lonesome. He's going to plant the bomb, and now In's far away. If he gets isolated over here, it's not going to be easy. And there you go, Ali will be taken down. Now, for forZe, they still have no clue where In's is, and if he can retrieve a rifle, this is doable.
It's doable. 1v2, one of the best chances they've had. If he can take this one off cleanly, there was a way forward, but Shalfie is too good. 15th kill posted up from the young man, and forZe already off to a 12-1 lead.
I like that from Renegades, though. They went for that upper execute, and the fact that Jerry even finds a kill standing in the fire and flames behind CT vet, it's just ridiculous, right? But he just went for the commit. He's like, I'm going to die right now. He doesn't peek early on. He waits, and when the Renegades were like, yeah, there can't be anyone standing there. The flames this long. Jerry peeks out, gets a kill. Sure, he gets traded, but doing a fantastic job there. And then Shalfie in the end with 2 clean kills. Ali, unfortunately, able to get the bomb done, but he was isolated. He was caught out of position. Round number 14. Renegades have only 1 to the name thus far, and Shalfie once more with the aggression. And he's going to find 1 as Kenzie simultaneously finds Hat all the way towards ramp room.
Blair, if this was a boxing match, the towel would have been thrown already. This is looking brutal. We are witnessing a crime right now, honestly.
But that's why, you know, esports is a bloody affair. There's no referee here. No, he's not going to be like, you know, all right, timeout, that's it. This one's done. No, you have to play it out, even battered, bloodied, and bruised. You have to play until your opponent gets a 16. Or you're able to mount a comeback. Anything can happen, Vince. You know, it's Counter-Strike. But thus far, some of these opening games have been very lopsided, apart from the first one we had here in the B stream.
Oh, we got blessed with that first game. That was incredibly close as we expected it to be. I think this was more of maybe an unknown. Molly down. Jerry not for the first time. Has to put on his fire suit and run out of there. And here's forZe from behind. He will pivot in and strike for a 13th round now. forZe, with 1 round left in the half, are in a commanding position whatever happens here. And it feels like if there is a way back into that comeback trail as you were talking to move towards the light, it's going to have to be this last round and the pistol. That is pretty much their keys to comeback. I'm not going to say keys to win, because they're so far off that mantra so far. For me to even believe in a comeback, it has to be this in the next round.
I just want to say that Kenzie kill onto Hats jumping across.
Yeah.
Like, with a headshot, like, that's just ludicrous. Zorti with the AWP, Vince. He's just wielding every scoped rifle, it seems like, but he's had so much money, he hasn't had to take out the scout thus far. Speaking of weaponry, though, for Renegades, heading into the final round here in the first half, it's not that great. You got a couple of Galils, actually 3 Galils in total, an AK-47, and just a solitary Deagle in the hands of Vince. Look, I want to paint this like to be something, you know, a potential comeback here. They get a 13-2, they win the pistol round the CD side, they grind it back. I just wouldn't even believe myself if I said it. It's just been such a dominant performance coming out from forZe.
They have looked like the superior team by absolute style. And Zorti unfortunate not to connect something through the smoke, shoots between players. But a good counter flash will stop them. Wall of smoke's put down, and this is one of the first times we've seen Renegades actually breach down on Secret without taking significant damage. Spray is good from Liaz, but not enough to yield the frag, although Shalfie will think twice about pushing through again with 22 HP.
Shalfie has just gone away with murder every time he's pushed towards ramp here as Jerry spots the player out immediately. Goes to close the door. They don't expect him to be sticking around inside looking to take the fight, and Shalfie and Jerry doubled up into the lower bomb site. 35 seconds. Renegades, they need to get the bomb down.
Yeah, they need to get that W key pressed as well, because time is of the essence. Zorti still in a good position, may just have missed out on timing alone. The barrel of the gun will betray him if he continues to peek out through here. Hats with the Galil, should be picking up this frag, does take him down, keeps his hands on the rifle instead, and now Northy is stuck between a rock and a hard place. There's so many teams pushing him down right now. Around the corner, he picks himself up a second, that could be good enough. 7 seconds left on the clock. He's bought his team up enough time, Molly down with a flashbang as well. Beautiful 1D from Inns though, from nowhere. Renegades actually have a chance, but it's only a fleeting one because Shalfie and Kenzie are still well and truly in this. Sicko down at low HP, the bomb timer starting to tick away ever so quickly. Inns watching on the vents, anticipating a push is going to be coming up, and that's the main issue right now. They're so isolated from one another, but Kenzie comes in with 2 and lands a dink onto Inns as well. I'm not sure there's enough time though. Shalfie was stuck in the vents for so long that he has to run straight onto the site, and it's likely he'll get picked off as soon as he tickles that bomb, and he realizes his days are numbered anyway. This round is done. Renegades will get a second, but it feels like a consolation round more so than anything else.
I'm not sure why Shalfie was going for the save there. Might as well just stick it or something. But still, yeah, consolation round. Great shots coming out from Inns. I love that call by Renegades to pivot back towards the upper bomb site. And it all, again, because of Hats able to find Zorti. Just finding great timing. And somehow Zorti not able to spot him. In the end, though, Kenzie still almost made me believe that virtually a 1 versus 3 for him, and gets a dink as well onto the final player who was Inns. But in the end, Renegades able to scrape somehow with the bloody battered fingernails the second round on the attacking side. But now, CD side. This is where they show what they've got here. Dooley's going to be coming out for Inns. We have the nade and a flash for Ali. See any kits though for the CTs. That is a little bit worrisome. And for the side of forZe, we do have, well, Kenzie's going to be utility guy with smoke and a flash. The rest of them, Glocks and armor abound for forZe.
Liaz on the peak outside. 2 players round the corner though, and one of them is a P250 in the hands of Zorti. Needs to tread very carefully. Losing main this early in the round. Spell Doom. Zorti on the drive-by removes the head of Alistair. Lock is now open for business. shut down is Renegades once more. They still have 4 players. Julie's in effect. Bomb gets spilled down. Entry frag though is forthcoming from Shelfie, and now Jerry from above will strike from the heavens and smite and tear through Renegades once more. Liaz nearly pulls off a highlight clip worthy moment, but he's going to be bested by Shelfie, and in doing so now Sicko with full health has to try and come to this side. He's been spotted, and that's the end of the round. And honestly, Blair, that might just be the end of the game as well, because that pistol was so valuable.
It was paramount. It was paramount that Renegades, they win that pistol. If there was even a snowflake's chance in hell of them bouncing back in this. But yeah, 14-2 right now. GG go next. I hate to say it, but it just looks like it's too insurmountable a lead right now for Renegades to claw back from. If they do, I'm not saying they can, if they do, it's going to be miraculous. It's going to require Herculean effort from them. And unfortunately, apart from like a couple of heroics we saw in the final round, the first half, for example, we haven't really seen much from them, from the individuals, from the team as a whole. And they've just been getting outplayed, outgunned, and outmaneuvered by Jerry.
At every turn, yeah, they've been completely outclassed. And for this comeback to happen, not only would it have to be a Herculean effort, as you said, but it'd have to be some serious mismanagement, misplays from forZe, and that is the one thing that we have not seen from them so far. They have been on point throughout. 2 MP9s by the side of Renegades, a Deagle and a 5-7. And they have to try and hold on somehow with a double stack. One moment, one missed move, and this round is done. Good headshot on Hats, though. He can trade up to Renegades. This is where things start to get a little bit more interesting, but spray down he will get. Alistair now shows his hand, shows his position, and carves a path through Norby. Liaz, from the shadows, strikes onto Kenzie, and maybe Renegades are going to snatch this round away. It's going to be a post plant, though. And Shelfie holds on to this with Zorti as all 3 remaining CTs push in. All of them are healthy. They don't have much utility, though, but they have manpower. Zorti with 1 can't transfer to a second. And Renegades will hold on.
On the precipice. On the precipice, but still alive and kicking bits. It's not quite done yet. I have seen a trend though recently of like, even though this is not the Nuke of old, where you know a 13-2 scoreline is kind of default, I have kind of seen it like kind of because of the meta changes with the A1 coming in, the drop nades and whatnot, that we have seen a little bit of a shift back towards a more of a CD-sided Nuke. And for Renegades to pull this one, this comeback off, like it's not, they're not going to only have to rely on the meta changes and whatnot, but they really have to put up a solid wall of defense. The problem is, Jerry's T-sides are fun to watch. Like, he's going to poke and prod, he's going to make you feel uncomfortable. He's not going to allow you to feel, even if Renegades are able to string a few rounds together here, forZe are always going to be aggressive in your face and make sure that you're in a very uncomfortable spot. And exactly what's going to happen here. Ken's going to find Kins, and they come charging up towards the upper bomb side. It's a 3v3, and AWP in the hands of Ali, not going to make life easy. An AK-47 retrieve for Jerry, and the bomb, it will be planted.
Planet down. Shrapnel is significant, though, in terms of damage onto Zorti and Shelfie. Softens them both up. That one hit kill from the A1S. The AK and the AWP is pretty self-explanatory. Meanwhile, though, the positions on Renegades, 2 players up in heaven and 1 in main. This can get a little bit sketchy if they don't come out together, and they have, but Shelfie and Zorti put them down with pistols. And Renegades, very short-lived comeback, may come to an abrupt end. Alistair with it all to do. 11 kills becomes 12. He could maybe pull this one off, but time is so scarce. Trying to desperately get this frag. Picks it up. Is there going to be enough time? No. He has to try and back out of there. May even go down to the bomb if he's unfortunate. Does survive to at least have the weapon. But forZe will take a 15-3 lead.
Oh, not like this. Not like this, Renegades. They win an all-important round in the 4th spot, and immediately forZe to snatch it back. The Tech-9s, man. Tech-9s, the mobility afforded there. And I love how forZe, they immediately pounce on the upper bomb side once they get the openings. And the 3v3, honestly, they were in a very uncomfortable position, all honesty, post-plant-wise. But then Renegades giving a little bit of space, and forZe able to just chomp down on it, down to the final. Potential to find round aggression from Renegades. I like this. The double man push coming in and able to find 3 kills, and somehow down to 2 versus 3. Ali needed to hit that shot, and Zorti is aware. He's aware where Hats is. He's aware of where Liaz is as well with the FAMAS. And Zorti is all by his lonesome right now. I think he saw Liaz. I think he's aware of where his position is. He's getting swarmed though from both the sides. The timing is atrocious and he will be found. Bomb dropped and Renegades 3v1. Bomb and guns retrieved and it's all on kenZe.
kenZe with a chance to make a name for himself here and put an end to this map quickly. Still time, 1 minute on the clock. Trifecta of CTs holding on to the bomb. And now going to be spotted. kenZe's going to get two, but can't triple stack his frags in the round. So close, but that still has a significant impact, Blair, on the economy of the CTs. Only one player survives. They are consistently going to be down in low finances.
If I'm forZe right now, I'm forcing it. I'm forcing it right now. And yeah, that's exactly what they're going to do. You can see Tech9's coming out. You can see Deagle's coming out for the side of Jerry and his merry men. And they're going to try and just brute force their way into this win right now. As you pointed out very correctly, Vince, their money was rough. They don't have enough utility. If you look at Inst, like, he's lacking a lot of, like, you know, he doesn't have any utility whatsoever to speak of. And that is something they could try and exploit. Renegades, in the previous round, that was a Hail Mary play. Just pushing and just pincering lobby, and it works out for them. But that's not something which can be consistent. It's not something they can rely time and time on again. And here comes the play towards Ramp. Sicko, not able to find a single player. He's going to fall back down towards the lower bomb side, but not before he does at least find Jerry. But kenZe will dispatch of him, and it's going to be a 4v4.
He's already still down onto the B side, though. He's going to put Renegades in a really awkward spot. Liaz a bit of reprieve with his A1S as he darts into the decon. Suddenly 2 players remain. Clumped together. Hans could have them, but instead he loses his head from Zorti. Good counter frag from kenZe, who's in another clutch situation. Once again, decent HP and time by his side. Hasn't picked up the bomb. Still down in an awkward spot. Doesn't want to overextend and give his life away. Keeping his options available. Going into control room. If he can just get that timing peak on to take one of these players down, this round is so winnable for kenZe, but that is the main issue, is the bomb position, and he has no idea as to where these CTs are. For all he knows, one is down on the decon area. Now he's clearing that one out. Inns out in no man's land is looking for that long flank, and if kenZe comes upstairs, he may have a chance, but Inns has the angle covered. Flash and smoke out will afford him safe passage. Inns, not giving his position away, is going to be sneaking in instead. 15 seconds to go. Well played, Inns. Many players would have tried spraying through there, but he knew he just had to bide his time.
Composure being maintained there by Renegades, and even though that was a force spike coming out from forZe, the 1v2, as you pointed out, Vince, correctly painted the picture there. It could have easily gone with kenZe. Good re-aggression there from Liaz, making sure that forZe were not able to get too much of real estate, have full control over there. And finally, Renegades have been able to break the economy of forZe. It's taken 20 rounds, Vince, but we'll take it if you're a Renegades fan.
Yeah, the only problem here, though, is there's so many banana peels and hurdles and other obstacles that they have to navigate their way across. If they want to get close there, there's use. I'm not really expecting a Renegades player to push up on T-Roof, but, you know, I suppose crazy things have happened.
It's pretty optimistic. Usually you see the Zeus on the CD side, you know, just, you know, hiding around a corner like a little gremlin, but maybe Shalfie can get run boosted and just, like, glide through the air like good old Jack.
Oh wow, freebie of a kill. Players already spilled outside though towards the heaven side of the map, and Zorti with a Glock? Oh dear, that's gonna sting, especially if they can pick up a second as well. Liaz won't be pushed. You saw briefly Norvi did have the M4, tossed it to Zorti because he's down at 21 HP.
This is so awkward. This is so awkward for Renegades. Oh, Zorti's gonna be boosted from the right-hand side. Liaz, he should have enough reactions here. Never mind, Sicko is gonna strike, and it was looking a little scary, but Sicko being a little proactive, ensuring that forZe did not go any further beyond. Shalfie left alone, and unfortunately at that range, the Zeus really couldn't come in handy. So there's pretty much a full eco there for the side of forZe. So not going to be too worried about the way that round played out for Renegades. Able to stave off what was starting to look slightly scary there. You know, losing a player to the Glock. And for forZe, though, they have still 9 map and match points to work with. We have the buy coming out, a little bit of a lighter affair, Shalfie and Nori with the Galils. AKs for the rest of the teammates, and a ton of utility as well. There is a distinct lack of incendiary, just a couple of Molotovs to work with, as we do have Lias lobbing a nade and a lot of and Molotovs and whatnot, trying to keep the T's at bay, but this is a fast pace. It's a very fast pace of forZe, and kenzie unaware of where he's getting, sorry, Lias getting caught off guard, but ins and has to reply back, and somehow they swat away that hit from forZe.
Oh, Shafi and Novi already in a position with, what, minute 20, minute 25 left, of not really having too many options available to them. Novi's been tagged down to 68 HP. They only have a smoke between the two of them and 2 Galils. It's feeling like maybe there is a way back in for Renegades. They can stabilize fully on their economy. A couple players still fairly low on that process. forZe, though, have shown, even with Tech-9s and Deagles, they are very much a threat that you have to contend with. And in the meanwhile, they're splitting up, looking to try and divide and conquer Renegades. If maybe the player down in secret can pull off some shenanigans, then things get a little bit interesting, which will be Shalfi, especially considering that his teammate of Novi is looking to try and pivot in towards the ramp side. So they can maybe, if Shalfi can clear out these angles, have that final destination on the B side and make this a little bit more interesting, especially considering they do have control over the bomb. That's in the hands of Novi. Now, unfortunately for Shalvi, he had to make some noise. That's forced away Sicko. Shalvi now trying to take down Sicko, does damage, but a nice sweep in for Renegades. However, you can see what forZe were going for, and it's so nearly worked out for them.
Yeah, it's all about the timing, right? If he was a little bit ahead of time, of course he had to break the window as well, but he was able to just be a little bit ahead of that. He could have caught Sicko dropping down from the ramp position, but good protocols from Renegades, Ins joining his teammate there to back him up. And for forZe, once more, with back to the upgraded pistols and armor. However, that being said, that is also how they won around just a few minutes prior. So Renegades still need to be wary. It's going to be the play towards ramp. Yes, indeed it is. It's going to be the Deagles, but that smoke keeping every single one at bay. It's a long road ahead here for Renegades. It's like they need to win 8 in a row to take us to OT, right? It's not even a guaranteed win if they win 8 in a row. They still need to go to OT, but we've seen it happen in the past. We've seen it happen in the past. We've seen some crazy comebacks in tournaments, in majors as well. So you can't ever count any team out at this stage. But if they can do that, that is going to be insane. Speaking of insane, is that shot from kenzie. Goodbye, Ali.
And goodbye outside control as well alongside it. They're going to have to send someone across to contend with that position now, which will be Ins downstairs through secret. This leaves A, and more importantly, ramp, so much more vulnerable. Sicko is here, but there's 3 players up against him. Eagle in hand, spray as he may, no kills forthcoming, but he at least can relay the information that the T's have reached down into the B side of the map. Liaz with an important kill onto Jerry. On top of that, is keeping the T's honest, and they just have to peek him one by one. This is where the House of Cards should come crumbling down, but it's at the cost of a bomb plant, and Novi and kenzie are both still alive. kenzie, 24 kills to his name, doesn't get finished off, bit off more than he could chew, but doesn't get punished for it. And now Novi with that Eagle have to put in some big frags. There's one. Sicko gets splattered by that Desert Eagle, and both players 20 or below HP have their work cut out for them, but they're not sticking on the site. Now Novi can go back in, just has to peek out. The bomb planted for his position, there's not that much time, but here comes the full-on defuse in amongst the smoke. Shooting down is Novi, but runs out of ammunition, and Renegades steal it from underneath forZe's nose.
It had no business getting that close, Vince. It had no business getting that close, but somehow Renegades are able to snatch it back, just sticking it. Like you said, he ran out of bullets. If he had the M4, he could have just sprayed on through the smoke. That would have been the round. That would have been the game. But again, forZe is so very dangerous. And that was just the upgraded pistols and the, well, basically Deagles, 4 Deagles, a Tech-9, a few Kevlars being purchased, maybe a couple of nades. That's about it. And came down to 1v1, but Renegades having to stick it in the smoke. So it's night and day, the fashion in which forZe were winning the rounds in the first half, convincing, complete shutdown. In the second half over here, Renegades, they're requiring these hero plays from the individual. They're requiring these clutches to come out for them to win some of these rounds, so they're getting it done. It's scrappy, it's messy at times, but Renegades is still clinging on, Vince, on the precipice, but it's not quite over yet.
I don't think anyone would say this has been a beautiful game of Counter-Strike.
For forZe, yes, 100%.
Especially that first half. It's been a bit more scrappy on this T side, but it's scrappy. It's that first game of the major for both of these teams. This is is where you expect things to be a little bit more labored. Alistair, great shot before the flash fully blinded him, and will be rewarded with the kill onto Kenzie, and that is a significant player to pick off. The top fragger on the server has had tons of impact, even with Deagles. Any weapon you give him, he's performing. Gives Renegades a golden opportunity for their 9th round now.
Well, that rotation coming from Ali. He gets a pick towards outside. He's going to be dropping towards the lower bomb side via vents and going to be making his way towards Secret. That's something which would potentially catch Renegades off guard. But Ali, he will show a bit of patience there, not getting too ahead of himself. Just holding a more passive, safer angle. Nice little flick there, falling back, transitioning back to a more safer position, and this is just textbook opping coming out from Ali. This is something which we expected to see. Unfortunately, it took a while for him to come alive. This is looking much better. A clean round thus far from Renegades. As I say that, Jerry will drop in, however, although he has been tagged under 11 HP, but this is a gargantuan ask of forZe. 30 seconds on the clock, bomb dropped in no man's land, Jerry down to 11 HP and zorti with the AWP. You go for the save.
Yep, this is pretty much destined for a save round now on the side of forZe. Renegades getting closer and closer. I think at this point is maybe where forZe start to sweat just a tad. Just a little bit. I'd normally say double digits is when the combat becomes real and a lot of teams start to feel like things are maybe going against them. But in this case, the manner in which Renegades were just completely wrecked in that first half, they're having a real turn of fortune here. And whereas forZe's fragging power in the form of Jerry and every call he was making seemed to be working out flawlessly on the CT side, this is where we're starting to see some of those weaknesses. This is where we're starting to see that they are actually mortal after all. You said before that a bit of blood was drawn. Well, now proving that gods can also bleed, and so Renegades will feel like maybe this isn't an impossible task after all. However, they have to withstand another push because of that save. Full buy comes in, and they are pushing fast. However, that incendiary completely stalls and stymies them.
Crucial bit of utility there, or else that could have been a call for the upper hit coming in. You can see on HUD as well, Renegades, they are on fire right now. They are on a bit of a streak of their own. Although the caveat being that one misstep, one mistake, and it's over. The game is done. See Molotov being deployed towards the back of the bomb site, but they're not going to be acting off it. Still, kind of taking a leaf out of the book from Renegades, where we saw early in the first half where they were taking things slow, right? A little bit of posturing, but not really going for any map control. Instead, delaying it until they were able to potentially find a kill, and then going for the hits. Unfortunately, it didn't quite pan out for them. forZe though, let's see if it does for them. They still have zorti with the AWP. They've utilized a lot of the utility now. They just have a couple of smokes remaining. Just a one smoke, a Molotov, and a handful of flashbangs. So they need to go for the play right now, and it's going to be a hit coming in all the way towards outside. Norway, however, will fall to Liaz in the meantime.
He does. I think Alistair would have been in the thick of it had he not picked up that frag. He's in a great position. Secret control, though, starting to fall for the forZe side.
They have Sicko.
Sicko is down here, and in an interesting position we haven't seen them use just yet outside the control room window. He hasn't had a great game, though. I think it's safe to say he's had a couple of labored sprays, but he could be called upon. The timing, though. Deacon gets open, forces him away from that angle that could have been so important. Alistair on the periphery of the smoke may also strike gold at the same time. Psycho goes down. Here comes Alistair, though. Caught completely, but knife Shelfie! Not even in the back. He looked into the whites of his eyes before he plunged that blade deep. There's just enough time for the bomb plant as well in amongst this very strange, chaotic round, and this may not be done. forZe could still win from this point. The spray is labored from Kenzie, but zorti's there to help him out. And there we go with another couple. forZe, one of the most unlikely rounds, have actually clutched it out, and they've taken this first match.
A 4 versus 2, a 4v2, where Ali even gets a knife, takes care of the flank, and somehow zorti comes along with the AWP. Oh my word, what a statement win coming out from forZe here. I did say, there was going to be an upset potential for the side of Renegades, the best ones and whatnot. They've looked shaky thus far, at least based on the Asian RMR. And it looks like the shakiness, it continues. I gotta say, even though forZe